Good morning, Alison. Start that again.
Wake up.
It's too early. Take two. Good morning, Alison. Can I have your team news, please, for the game of the weekend?
Normally, of course, long-term injuries, nobody's back. We have a slight problem with Wilshere. Will he be available or not? I will see today. And Gibbs as well as a test. But I'm quite positive about Gibbs, about Wilshere. I don't think he will be available for tomorrow.
What did your side take from the manner of the victory at Sunderland, given that it came so quickly after the Anderlecht win? Two characterful victories.
Yes, what you want is when you look across Europe, the results after the Champions League games, many teams stuttered a little bit. So the fact that we played very quickly behind Anderlecht and won, you're happy. Away from home, Wednesday night, Saturday afternoon, if you win, that's what you want.
And Burnley coming to Emirates Stadium with little to lose. They're bottom of the Premier League at the moment, but they're better than the stats would suggest.
Yes, they are better than points would suggest. That's what their stats show. And they've been punished in some games because they couldn't take their chances. But I believe that for us it's important that we are highly focused and expect to play against a strong team because they are.
Just on Jack Wilshere, what exactly is the problem and how long do you think he could be out for?
Very, very short term. He got a kick on his knee.
So do you think he could be back Europe during the week?
I don't know if it's Tuesday will be too early or not. At the moment he doesn't practice, but certainly Swansea, yes.
Just on Burnley, I was listening to Sean Dyche's press conference yesterday and he was very complimentary about you and Arsenal, said you were one of the superpowers of world football. And he also sounded very determined and focused despite the fact that they haven't won a game so far this season. What do you think of the job he's done at Burnley?
He's done a great job because nobody expected Burnley to be in the Premier League this year. And overall, I think his style of play is positive. They create chances if you look at the stats. And the consistency of what he has achieved is remarkable. I always believe that quality is linked with consistency. And on that front, he has taken as well the maximum out of the potential of his team. That is a sign of quality for a manager.
And you've always spoken out against financial doping. How important do you think it is that clubs like Burnley, who balance their books, compete at this level?
I think first of all it's important that all the clubs balance their books, and if we have a problem today of third-party ownership in football, in world football, it's basically because clubs didn't manage well and needed outside finances. And I believe for the fairness of a competition, it's important as well that you can understand that a club with £50 million and a club with £500 million resources, they don't play in the same league.
Sean Dyche also said that the first thing they had to make sure they did tomorrow is to prevent you from playing. Is that becoming frustrating that so many teams keep doing that? I know you're used to that as well.
Look, I can understand that completely. We want to be good enough to get around that and do not allow the teams to stop us from playing. And I think we are good enough. It's just the quality of our passing has even to be better. The quality of our decisions has to be better. And it's absolutely normal that the teams try to stop us from playing our game.
It being half-term this week and a quarter of the season has gone, if you were to give your side a half-term report so far this season, how do you think you've done?
I think attitude, fantastic. Dedication, fantastic. On the efficiency front, we can do better because if you look at the chances we created and the chances we have given away, I think we have created many chances, and our finishing was not always at the expected level. And we give very few chances away, but the chances we have given away are of quality, and that's what we want to do better.
Do you find it a bit surprising? I mean, you've only lost once this season, but if you look at the odds for teams to win the title, Arsenal are 25 to 1. Do you think people are almost writing you off?
Look, I don't write ourselves off, but people do it. That's a little bit linked with mathematics, but we doesn't consider against who we played, how many times you played away, what is the quality of a team we played against, what is the kind of missing players you had in the big games, you know. So that's absolutely normal, but I believe, I have a strong belief we will come back, and we can just prove that on the pitch.
There's also been a lot of debate this week about this whole issue of grappling in the box, about referees not seeing people pulling each other. Where do you stand on that debate? Do you think it's time for referees to show zero tolerance?
Zero tolerance is certainly impossible, but you want the obvious ones that we see here and there on television, that they are punished, because the television is an example always for what the referees tolerate and not tolerate, you know. But on the other hand, it's difficult for them to see everything, and it's very difficult for sometimes to see, does the defender grab the striker and the striker grab the defender, and to analyze that is not easy at the normal pace.
Arsene, is the plan to give Theo Walcott some game time this weekend?
I don't know, he's not ready yet, you know, he's been out for too long to start the game. If I can give him some competition, I'm happy to do it.
He must be chomping at the bit to play, I guess.
He is, but that's always the period that is the patience is tested of the player, you know, because they feel ready, they want to play, and usually they realize only much later that they were not completely ready. But I know Theo well, and Theo is a very intelligent player. He knows as well that he's not completely there yet.
In terms of the title race, it must have been a boost, a strange boost, I guess, for Robin van Persie to score that last-minute equaliser against Chelsea.
Yes, look, Chelsea's in a strong position at the moment, and I believe it would not be realistic to just think now we'll catch back Chelsea very quickly. We have to get consistent results to have a chance to come back, and so I personally am more focused on the quality of our games and on the consistency of our results before we think about coming back on Chelsea.
What have you made, though, of talk of Chelsea emulating the Invincibles?
Look, this 9 games played, there's a long way to go.
Do you see any similarities, or is it too early to?
It's too early.
Mark? Arsene, in terms of Olivier Giroud, how's he progressing in his comeback?
Very well. He's 3 weeks ahead of schedule, and I think he will join in normal training after the international break.
That's a big boost, isn't it?
Yeah, of course. He's miles ahead of schedule.
And just a general question, obviously Rio Ferdinand's been banned for 3 matches because of comments he's made on Twitter. Have you had to remind your players at all about social media?
Yes. We are concerned as well about statements on Twitter, things going out of the club that should not go out. You know, it's important that to keep that under control in the modern world is very difficult, but we try.
And finally, Kevin?
Arsene, quick question about Champions League rule changes for next season. Would it be something you'd fight against, the changes to the season?
I think yes, because logic is not respected, and logic for me when you play in Europe is the results in Europe, you know. I'm not really fighting it. Why? Because it will just make less interesting. The seeding will be less interesting because the Group 1 will have less significance. Will, for example, Maribor be in Group 1 because they won the league, or in Group 2 because they are in one of the second best countries? That just makes, after that, there's no hierarchy anymore in the groups.
Do you think the competition needs a shake-up, or is it not needed?
No, it's not needed because it's a competition that works the best in the world and is the most admired and that everybody wants to watch. And for me, I was quite surprised that they did that, but we'll see how it works. I think they just make the seeding useless.